Hey guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to use the app Socrative. It's this really nifty app that I discovered while working in a library media center this past school year and working very closely with some teachers. There's a lot of information in this presentation, and I'm probably going to go a little fast because I don't have much time on the recorder, so I'm going to be posting the PowerPoint in the discussion board as well if you want to follow along. So let's get started. What is Socrative? It is a free online cloud-based quiz program that allows teachers to see real-time results as their students answer the questions in the quiz. There are two ways that you can access it. The first way is via their website using an internet browser on, your desktop or your laptop. Or if your classroom has devices, iOS devices, Android devices, there are two apps on that, one for teachers and one for students. What can you use it for? There's a lot of really awesome uses for this app, and I think it would benefit a lot of classroom teachers. You can use it as an exit ticket, you can use it for pre and post lesson assessments, short quizzes and surveys, true-false questions, reviews, review quiz games, and you can collect background knowledge of your students before you begin a lesson. Like everything, there are pros and cons. The pros for Socrative is you can immediately evaluate your students' learning. Right in the lesson, right after the lesson, the results literally show up a second after the students answer a question. It's very user-friendly. I learned how to use it in less than a day, so it's not that complicated. It's a different, engaging, and interactive way to do some formative assessment, especially with older students. They kind of get into it, I've come to find. It's a completely free app, which is always great when it comes to technology. It's great for all grade and intellect levels. You can use it as early as elementary school all the way up to high school, and you can use it in advanced placement classes, general education classes, special education classes. There's really no limits to who can use it. It supports up to 50 users logged into one room at one time, and it provides a lot of really cool user support on their website, which I'll show you down at the end. The cons is that the teachers have to create an account to use both the website and the app. Students only need to create an account when when they're taking a quiz via the website. If they're taking a quiz via an app, they don't need to create an account. It can get time consuming to create these quizzes because, like the next one under it says, you get what you put into it. If you take the time to create a well-rounded, content-filled quiz, then you're going to get a lot out of it. If you spend 5 minutes throwing in answers, then it's not going to be as useful as you would expect. And then it's also not guaranteed to be engaging to every student, obviously, because all students tend to learn a little differently, so you might not reach everybody with this. So the first thing that you have to do is create an account as a teacher. You're going to want to do it on the website because trying to do it on an iPad or a device is just a little too tedious. So once you create your account and you log in, this is your main dashboard that you will see when you access via the website. You get a smaller version of it on the iPad. As a teacher, it's a little bit easier to do everything on the website. So I'm going to go over the parts of the dashboard now. At the very top is your room code. This is very important to give to your students in your class when you're about to do something with the app, because this is tailored to you, your account, and everything that is in your account you've created. There's going to be some tabs on the left, the top left side. The dashboard tab will obviously bring you back to the dashboard from any part of the web page. Manage quizzes will bring you to the page where you can create, edit, or delete your quizzes. And the live results tab, it's only active when you are actively giving a test, and that brings you to the live results table, which you'll see towards the end. Continuing with parts of your dashboard, on the top right, there's going to be a little icon that looks like little people. That will tell you how many students are currently logged into your particular room. The refresh button next to it obviously allows you to refresh the room. It doesn't refresh automatically like a lot of technology these days. You actually have to click it to update how many people in your room. And then the settings tab, obviously, that gets you into your settings. You can edit your profile, you can log out of your account, or you can kick everyone that's currently logged into your account out, which I think is pretty fun. Now the main parts of your dashboard. Starting a quiz, if you have them created already, this is what you click on to make your quizzes go live. Quick question, it's when you don't want to create a full quiz, but you want your answers from your students. So this is more like if you were to orally ask them some questions and then they use the app to provide you with the answers. Space Race, it's kind of fun. This is a good way to do like review games. It divides our class into teams and you administer quizzes that you've already created, but instead of seeing individual results, you see team results, and this is something that you kind of want to project onto the smartboard because you'll see later on the answers, instead of yes, no, who's doing what, is a rocket, and the team that answers the most correct questions kind of advances, and it's a really cute way to just bring some fun into classroom. And then the exit ticket allows for you to get a quick idea of what your students have taken away from a lesson. It's a 3-question, little quiz, and you'll see the screens for that later on in the presentation. So let's get into creating quizzes. The easiest way to create a quiz is while you're logged in with the internet. Most people really are terrible at typing on tablets or devices, and it gets really tedious when you're trying to put in a lot of content. So I really recommend creating your quizzes online. And like I said before, your quizzes are only as good as the time and the content you put into them. So make sure, if you're going to use this, you do it well. So you're going to go to Manage Quizzes and then click on Create Quiz. You'll be given the option to name your quiz, to give it tags such as the subjects or titles and things like that. And then you're given the option to share your quiz with others. If you click Yes here, it will light up a little code, and that's the code that you give out to other teachers, and they'll be able to import this particular quiz that you create to their accounts. So it's pretty good to share, with other teachers in your department. Might be helpful. So then you're going to begin to add questions, and you have 3 types of questions that you can add: multiple choice, true, false, or short answer. You can use only one for the quiz, you can use a combination, it's entirely up to you. So say we're going to create a quiz, you're going to click on one of them, and it's going to open up the following screens. So when you click on multiple choice, this is what your option for creating a multiple choice question looks like. You type in your question up here, and then you list the answers here, for A, B, C, D. Obviously, you only put one correct answer, and you make sure over here that you click which one is the correct answer. I've occasionally forgotten to do that, and there were no correct answers, and it tricked the kids a bit. You can also add an explanation of why the correct answer is the correct answer. This down here is totally optional. And you can add a picture up here too if you want to include some kind of content, prompts or just clip art. And then when you have everything you want for this question, you're going to click the Save button up top. And then that brings you back to the page to click if you want another multiple choice or true false or so on. So then if you wanted a true false, this is what the true false screen looks like. Up here you're going to again put in the question. There's an option again for a picture, and then you need to remember to choose whether it is true or false. It's automatically set to true, and I've forgotten to change it a few times, so that's one thing you want to just remember. And again, there is a place to put an explanation if you so choose. When you're done with the question, again, you're going to hit the Save button in the top right, and that brings you back again to adding another question. And then this is the short answer option. You can write in a question here. Again, you can add a picture or an explanation. But this is best for open-ended questions where you're going to have the students give their own answers. They get a little text box when they're taking the quiz for this kind of question, and they can input their own answer. Now, if it's the type of question where you want to add a correct answer, you can put it in here, but the short answer is nice because there doesn't have to be a correct answer. You can kind of gauge what they're knowing and thinking. And then again, when you're done with this, you click Save, and you move on. So when you're done with all your questions, scroll all the way back to the top of your screen again. You're going to hit Save and Exit. This will save your quiz to your account. Now let's say we're going to give a quiz. Go back to your dashboard and you're going to click on Start a Quiz, and it brings you to a list of all the quizzes that you've created in your account. As you can see, I did a silly mock quiz to show you what all the screenshots were like for each question, but then I have a Dewey Decimal System quiz down here for a lesson plan I created for one of my other classes. So for the sake of the tutorial, I clicked on that one. Now, when you click on a quiz that you want to give, you're given these three options: student-paced immediate feedback, student-paced student navigation, and teacher-paced. This kind of gives you some more options to play around with. Student-paced immediate feedback will immediately tell the students if what they clicked on was right or wrong, and it gives them why it was right or wrong, and they have to answer the questions in order for this one. They can't skip over the questions or go back and change their answers. The next one, student-paced student navigation, kind of gives the students a little bit more more ability to edit things. I'm not a fan of this one because I don't like the idea of students messing around with my questions, so I tend to not use this one. And then the teacher paced allows you to control the flow of the questions. You can time them, you can wait for all students to finish a question before moving on, or you can give them like 30 seconds to answer a question, and if they don't, then too bad for them. So I clicked on the student-paced one just for the sake of being easy, and it gives you a few more options. You can randomize answer order, which is great because I always put my multiple choice correct answer in the C option. You can disable student names, randomize question order, some things like that. So once you have everything chosen the way you like it, you're going to click the start for your quiz to go live. Now your students on their iPads are going to open up the student app and they're going to input your room code, and then they are going to be prompted to enter their name. Like I said, for the app they don't have to give their create an account rather. Sorry, I had a blank. So then they start taking the quizzes. Obviously they use the touch screen to select their answer, hit submit. And as they're doing this on your computer, you are going to get this really cool table that shows you live results of the student's name, which questions they're answering right, which ones they're answering wrong. You get percentages. It's really awesome to watch this for a full class live. When they're all done, you're going to click on the Finish Quiz button, and you will be given this little prompt here. You'll be given the option to create a report with the status, the stats rather, from the quiz, and you can email them, download them, Google Drive, etc. Clicking on View Chart will just bring you back to the live results chart that you were watching as they took the quiz. There's no way really to download that, so I recommend using the Get Reports if you want to save the data. And then To Dashboard just brings you right back to the dashboard page. So now I want to show you really quickly the three other options. Quick question, like I said, is if you want to give them questions orally and then have them answer it on the app. The only way that I really see this being successful is if you do true-false questions or even a short answer question. If you feel like giving students a multiple choice question orally, I mean, that's your prerogative, but the quick question section I think can be improved a little bit more and hopefully will be in the future. The exit ticket is really awesome to use at the end of a lesson because it just has these three questions that you see built into it. You don't add any more. You basically are having the children answer how well they understood today's material, open-ended, what did they learn in class. They could put in their own answer, and then if you want to orally ask them a question, they can again put in their own open-ended answer. And then you see the results again privately on a live table. And then the space race, which is really cool. Again, you assign, you just put one of the quizzes live, and you can choose teams, it auto assigns, and then this is what it looks like. It's literally a space race. So this one's fun to project up if you're doing a review. And that is all. Really quickly, other resources. Their website has so many, including a YouTube channel, so I really recommend utilizing them all. And again, I'm going to post this, so thank you very much.